You are seeing my video also, right? In the
Yes,
corner?
yes, I can hear you and as well as see you,
And
and probably your screen is also visible.
okay, so I'm just trying to set everything, and yeah, and this is here, and we still have 5 minutes, right?
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Okay. So here, slide. If I have a, I go to this site, and okay, so I can go and do this also. Right, everything is working fine. Okay, this will also open up.
Yes, yes, yes. I can see your slide changing.
Yeah. Yes. When I want to make it now full screen, I can go. This one is perhaps for full screen. Yes. This is.
Recording will start.
I'm not able
Good morning,
to see.
Amit ji.
Good morning, Bharat sir. Welcome. So, Nikita ma'am, Bharat sir is also a co-coordinator. Actually, he is the coordinator. I am the co-coordinator. He is from NLT Patna, ma'am.
Um, good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, ma'am.
So,
And welcome you to this FDP. And thanks for accepting our invitation to demonstrate the Mooc kit. Thank you.
it's my pleasure, sir. It's my pleasure. I have been there, and I have met Amit ji. He was there.
So, Bharat sir, actually, ma'am is delivering through MNIT or in with the MNIT in last 1 year. It is the third time, if I'm not wrong, ma'am. Last,
Yeah,
that's great. That's
October
great.
there was a one talk. Then in this January also, ma'am did her talk, and right now also. So in last 1 year, third time, sir.
Yeah.
We are fortunate
Thank
enough
you.
that ma'am is
Thank you, ma'am.
accepting
My pleasure.
every time our invitation. Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure, sir. Amit sir,
Yes.
actually you in my section you have written how to Mooc also.
Okay.
But these two become very long topics like demo and how to Mooc. So
Okay.
I have chosen to give demo today. And
Yes.
how to Mooc, I will just very briefly touch because the topics are there in the course Mooc with Mookit.
Yes.
So I will tell participants that if they want to learn about how to Mooc, they can go to that site and access the lectures. So
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Today I will basically give
Sure.
demo and introduction.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm all set. Whenever.
Ma'am,
Just-
probably we will wait for a 5 minutes more, and then probably I will introduce you, and then probably we will start.
So in 5 minutes, I will take.
Amit sir.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So I will join in 5 minutes then. Yeah.
Okay, no issue, ma'am.
I will turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No issue, ma'am. No issue, ma'am. Please. After 5 minutes, we can join. No issues.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
Amit
sir,
sir.
I think we have Joseph also with us. I think he is our next speaker. Good afternoon, Joseph.
Okay. Good afternoon, Joseph.
Joseph, can you hear me? I can see he is already.
Even I can see also.
Joseph, can you hear
Amit
me?
sir.
Yes.
Amit sir, one thing. As we have to start at 2 o'clock, so we will start it at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Means like because the participant will join right now. It's only just 300 participants.
Yes.
I hope within 5 minutes the people will join. Much more.
Yes. Actually, sir, means some have tendency to join directly on YouTube. I am not sure what is the reason for that, but they have a tendency to directly join on a YouTube. They now enjoying through YouTube only.
No, that's a choice of the participant, but
Yes.
we can wait. I hope because usually okay, that's not a problem. That we will discuss it later.
Good afternoon, Daisy, and good afternoon, I think Joseph was also there. Good afternoon,
No,
Daisy.
right now Joseph is
Hello?
not there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I am Daisy. I just wanted to ask you that I think Sameer sir is unable to join.
Okay, okay.
His email ID is not being accepted. Will it be possible to add him as a panelist?
Yes, ma'am. I actually, sorry, ma'am. I will also do that.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, can you tell his email ID? Because
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Sameer.
It is. Should I type in the chat or
Oh,
should I
no,
privately send
you
it?
can do it. There is no issue, ma'am.
Okay.
Otherwise, ma'am, I can also check it out. Sorry, it's my mistake, ma'am.
It is I am sameerss@gmail.com. I'm typing in the chat.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Daisy, I have sent sir a request from means I have already sent him invitation.
Okay. But he tried joining, and the message earlier was coming that he cannot join. That email ID is not registered as a panelist.
Ma'am. Actually, it's my mistake. Actually, I have seen your total 6-member name, so I thought that probably sir may not be joining.
Okay.
Anyhow, ma'am, I will make him as a panelist manually.
Okay. So I'll ask him to join, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Nita ma'am. Nita ma'am,
Yes.
can we start, ma'am?
Just a minute. Yes, we can start now.
Because ma'am, we have at 3 o'clock another lecture, so probably.
Sure. Let's start. Yeah.
Okay.
So should I start now?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Look, please, ma'am, just give me a minute to introduce you, ma'am.
Okay. Sure.
Good afternoon, all of you. Welcome all of you for a day 5 first session. So today we have a speaker from IIT Kanpur, Dr. Nita Singh. Dr. Nita Singh is a senior project scientist at IIT Kanpur. Ma'am has completed her BSc from Allahabad University, MSc again from Allahabad University, and PhD for a Purvanchal University. So ma'am has as a experience of as a lecturer, assistant professor, as well as she has associated in a project also for 13 years from 2003 to 2015. She has managed 30 Moocs from last 5 years. She has delivered more than 5 online lectures regarding the Moocs and ICT basics. So now I invite ma'am to please proceed the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. I thank you, the organizing team, for giving me this opportunity. So I'm Nita Singh, a member of the operations team of Mookit. And in today's presentation, I'm going to give an introduction of Mookit and then the demo. Mookit is a Mooc management system. Mooc stands for Massive Open Online Courses. Mookit has been designed and developed at IIT Kanpur. It is an open source now. Journey of Mookit at IIT Kanpur, we offered our first course, Mooc, in 2012. No Mooc management system was available then. We customized an existing learning management system, but found it complicated and expensive to scale. And then Mookit was designed and developed. So that's when the Mookit happened. So far, the first course was offered in 2014. More than 170 courses have been offered on Mookit platform. Number of students who have benefited from these courses is more than 3 lakhs. Major portals which are supported by Mookit are AG Moocs, which is a portal for agricultural courses in India, and Mooc for Dev, Commonwealth of Learning portal for offering courses. IITK Outreach is a portal for outreach department of IITK. And then onlinecourses.iitk is the portal for offering flipped classes at IITK. So till now, 43 flipped classes have been offered on this portal by IITK. Within India, Manage Hyderabad, ISER Bhopal, UNESCO Open Education have used Mookit portal. And outside India, Fiji, Mauritius, Canada, Nigeria, Seychelles, and Barbados have used Mookit for offering their courses. Now we will see what are the features for students and instructor and administrator and planners. So Mookit for students, it requires very little learning to use. It is simple, user-friendly interface. Mookit is easy to navigate. Special features are there for slow internet connectivity. In that situation where the internet connectivity is not good or it's fluctuating, audio of the lecture can be accessed, and Mookit app allows to watch lectures offline. So this feature also supports slow internet connectivity and fluctuating bandwidth situation, which is very common in developing countries. So this is very helpful feature. Adaptable to various sizes, screen sizes. The student can access it from desktop, tablets, mobile phones, and there is app for Android and iOS users. Mookit for instructors. So For instructors, it is easy to, this interface is very easy. Course creation can be done with minimal hassle. Instructor can download detailed statistics and can easily generate gradebook and download the gradebook. Integrated analytics is there with graphical views to help instructor for running the course smoothly. Now, what is there for system admins? System admins it is scalable and can run on low-end servers. It helps in it can be afforded at low cost. Admin can add new features with only basic technical knowledge. Menus in any language can be added easily. Already there is option for 6 languages for menu, and one can easily add more languages. Mooc can be provided as service. Now Mooc for planners. So planners can can have these options. Standard edition where only one course can be offered, then enterprise edition of Mooc, where on a portal many courses can be offered. Then there is replicated Mooc, which is for island nations and remote areas. So what happens in replicated Mooc that there is a main server and the server in the remote area on island. So student access the server in the local area, which periodically gets synced with the main server, and that's how it is managed. And there's a Mooc for Moocs, where the student has only a simple phone, which is a feature phone called feature phone or dumb phone. Then lecture content can be accessed in IVR format, in interactive voice form. So this is about Moocs and Mooc offline. So SD card course can be accessed from SD card. So that is Mooc offline option. And Mooc app is available for both iOS and Android phones. App is progressive, which means student can download the video and watch them offline. And analytics are synced once there is a connection. So this actually helps in those situations where internet connectivity is not good. A student can access lectures through app, and the lecture is watched within the app, and statistics is saved there. And when the app connects with the internet, then stats is updated. And it is messaging based, needs less bandwidth. Push information to inform about new course material is there, which also saves internet connectivity or bandwidth requirement. SD card is supported. Course video and materials can be accessed from an SD card, which can be mailed to students. So what is special about Mooc? Mooc has been designed ground up as a Mooc management system, not an adapted LMS, learning management system. Simple and minimalistic design with the student in mind. Integration with social networking helps young users to stay connected with the course. It has been designed for developing countries where bandwidth adaptation is required, and replicated Mooc helps in accessing under, like in local area, and offline through SD card. So these are the features which help for fluctuating bandwidth scenario in developing countries. Now integrated analytics is there in Mooc, which is very helpful for system admin as well as the instructor for running the course smoothly. State-of-the-art technology and architecture is there. Apps for Android and iOS phones. So these are the special features of Mooc. Now an overview of Mooc features. So course content, interaction, evaluation, and analytics. We will see an overview of these features in Mooc. So course content is available in Mooc as lectures and resources. Lectures can be in the form of video, audio, and files, and resources are in the form of files and links. Resources are any additional information about the lecture which instructor provides. Now, interaction on Mooc platform happens through Hangout. So announcement is there for providing course-related important announcements like lecture has been released, quiz has been released, assignment is there, etc. Forum is there for formal interaction among students and between student and instructor. Hangout is there for casual chat. It is in the chat form. Evaluation on Mooc, it happens in the form of through quizzes and assignment. And then analytics is there, powerful analytics is there for monitoring the course, which helps both system admin as well as the instructor. Now, some more lecture features which we will look at. So lecture format is lecture format is video, audio, and files, which is like PDF, PPT, doc, which is used for creating the video or audio with the audio. There's provision for in-video question in lecture videos. In-video questions are also known as reflection points, and on Mooc platform, a question can be inserted in the video lecture after the lecture has been created, and a student has when that in-video question comes in a lecture, a student has to stop and answer the question, and then can progress with the lecture. We will see all this in the demo section, how all this appears on the platform. So accessibility in varying bandwidth situation, when internet connectivity is good, a student can stream video. If the internet connectivity is fluctuating or poor, then a student can access audio of the lecture synced with the slide if it has been used for the lecture. So these are the accessibility features for varying bandwidth situation on Mooc platform. Now, the way lectures are organized on Mooc platform, it has hierarchical order. So first, there will be module. Under module, there can be many topics, and under topics can be many lecture titles. So through this demo, which I'm going to present now, we will see how to access this course, which is a student interface. We will see what a student interface looks like and how a student can access the student interface. And then how to manage course, which is the landing page of the course, how to manage course content, which is through instructor interface, and how to manage users who are tutors and a student on Mooc platform. And also we will see how to check analytics. So now we will go to demo. So I'm going to use this test site for giving the demo. So here the test course, and this when on a course, when on Mooc portal, when one clicks on a course, then one reaches the course landing page, which looks like this. And when a student signs in, then he or she will see only access course button. And through access course button, we'll access the student, we'll go to student interface. Instructors see access course button, manage team, and manage students. So now, first we will go and see the student interface. So this is what a student interface looks like on Mooc platform. On the left-hand side, there is a menu through which a student navigates the course. So the course homepage where all the lectures are listed, and quiz and assignment also appear in this section. So you can see here that the lectures are organized in hierarchical order. So the module is week 0. Under the module, there are 2 topics, introduction and Mooc, and under topics, there are lecture titles, what is Mooc, and under Mooc, there are 4 titles. Here you can see that this particular lecture, here on the right hand side, there's a PDF icon, which means there is a PDF with the lecture. PDF file with the lecture. This is the duration, 7.27 is the duration of the video, and this is there's a video for this lecture. So we will go and see the features of lecture page. So this is the lecture page, and here you can see the bandwidth indicator, which shows that right now my bandwidth is very good, so all the lines are visible. But if the bandwidth is not good, then the lines will be fewer. Just below that is a PDF icon, which shows that there's a PDF file with this. Just by clicking on that file, the student can access it and then download that file. This icon here, speaker icon, is for accessing audio of the lecture. So just by clicking on this audio will start, and here then click yes. So the student can see slides with the audio. This feature is important because it takes requires the file size is very small, and you can see here. So you must have noticed that as like audio progresses, the slide will also move at the right point. So this feature is audio sync with PPT, and this experience is almost similar to watching video, and the student can it doesn't require that much bandwidth. Now we will see other features of. So I had mentioned that there's a provision for in-video question on Mooc platform, and we will see how this works. So this question will pop up at the right time, and then a student has to answer this question to progress with the lecture. So this shows both the chosen option and also the correct answer. So student will learn if the option is wrong, then the student will learn what is the correct answer for the question. So this is about in-video question, and this is how it works. We will see how the in-video question is added in a lecture later. And here are the regular features for any video player. So one can see full screen. One can go full screen by clicking on this. Also, one can choose different quality of the video. The speed also can be selected, and a lecture discussion topic can be created right under the lecture by clicking on new topic button. So here one has to just type the title and also type the description of the discussion, and it can be also recorded in audio form. So one can just start recording the message discussion topic and stop it and listen to it, and then check if it is fine, and then delete or add it. So this is how a discussion topic can be created for a lecture right under it. And these are the lecture features. Now there are quiz and assignment under it, so one can just go and to take a quiz, one has to just click on it. This quiz is actually closed, so it is not accessible. Information about quiz will appear here, and then take button will appear here, take quiz button, and then that's how quiz can be taken. Also, assignments will appear here under this section. So this assignment, a student has been graded, and a student instructor's feedback. This has not been graded. This shows what is the assignment. And so this is where on the course homepage, lecture, quizzes, and assignment appear. Now we will go to the next section about announcement. So announcement can be accessed from this section. So this announcement, welcome to the course and lecture has been released. This announcement has been flashed. Instructor can flash an announcement and can also send the announcement through email to all the registered students. So this announcement, when an announcement is flashed, it will appear in the on the course homepage. Now about resources. Resources are important course related information which instructor provides, and this can be any name of a textbook, it references, it can be a PDF file, or it can also be a link to a video. We will go to the now next forum section. So forum on Mooc platform, this is the place where formal interaction happens among the students and between student and faculty member or instructor. So it has three sections: general discussion, lecture and assignment, and subscribe. General discussion section has topics on general, has those forum topics which are on general nature. Then lecture and assignment, we just saw that how a new discussion can be started right under a lecture, and all those topics which are created under a lecture, they appear in this section. And subscribe section has all those forum topics on which the account holder has either commented on or started the discussion. So here you must be noticing that there are many icons here next to forum topics. So first one here at the bottom is I, which means the instructor has either created or commented upon this forum topic. So this has been created by instructor, so it has I symbol. Now next one is which has this speaker symbol, which means the forum topic has been created in or created or commented, has a comment in audio form. So this is what speaker symbol means. And here on the top, you must be noticing there is a pin symbol. If instructor thinks that a topic is important and every student should see it, then he or she can pin this topic from Instructor Interface. And that topic will remain on the top and will be visible even when more topics are added in the forum section. So this is about forum section. And now we will go and one more thing which I want to show. So this topic has been already, I can subscribe to this topic. And once I subscribe, then this topic will appear in the subscribe section. So I have already mentioned that all those topics which are created or subscribed by the account holder, they appear in this section. Now about Hangout. So Hangout is for casual interaction among the learners and between learner and faculty member or instructor. On Mooc platform, one can see that who all are present online and can also chat with those who are present online. I will go now. There is my profile section. So my profile section has personal information about the account holder as well as the progress summary. So here is the progress summary, how many videos are watched and how many are being watched and how many slides have been downloaded, and progress detail is also available under it. So progress detail, if like a lecture, this lecture, top lecture has been completely watched 100%, but the second one is not completed. So one can just click on this to watch it right from there where it was left. So this is very helpful in progress detail. And quiz marks and assignment marks also appear in this section. Forum details are also there. How many topics are created by the account holder and how many topics account holder has contributed to. Then a student can log out right from the student interface, and there's a help section here So the information about how to take the course, what is an announcement, how to use the resource section, and how to ask a question, how to interact with other learners, and how to use forums. This information is available in the video form. So this help section is a student can access and learn about these topics. If instructor wants to collect feedback on course, then a feedback form can be created from Instructor Interface, and it can be accessed by a student from the feedback section. And so this feedback section, now another, so this is how feedback can be collected right from Mooc student interface. So this is about a student interface. And now I will go and show instructor interface. This is the course landing page, and also called course page. Here, from here, instructor will see all these buttons: access course, manage team, and manage students. To manage course, one has to just click on manage course, and this is instructor interface. And from here, all that information which is provided to a student can be managed from this section. So to add a lecture, create a lecture, one has to click on add lecture button and provide information in this section. So title of the lecture, video can be uploaded here, and under which topic it will appear, length of the video has to be given here, any file, PDF file, etc. can be uploaded from here. And we have seen that how a student can access audio sync with PDF, or doc or slides. So that information has to be entered here, and whenever a slide changes, one has to enter that time. So it will be like 0 second, comma, 10 second, comma, 42 seconds, something like that. So also one can upload lectures one by one, and that will appear in that order. And one can give the weight, upload all the lectures in one go, and then give weight, which one will appear on the top, give higher number, and which will appear below it, give those lectures lower number. And then one has to save it. So this is how lectures are added. And I will quickly show how in-video question is added. So in this case, we will see this lecture, particular lecture. And all the information which is provided will appear about the lecture here. To add an in-video question, one has to click on this and click here to add an in-video question for this lecture. So this is, we will do this and see how it is done. So here one has to add the question, add options, and show at what time the in-video question should appear, and then save it. So this is, then the in-video question will get added to the lecture. Already there are 2 in-video questions, and instructor can see how who have answered those questions, who have reached that point of the lecture. This is lectures are by default unpublished. One has to publish a lecture for a student to see it on a student interface. So all the lectures can be created, before it has to be published, and then they can be published as when required. Now about resources section. Resources, just by clicking on add resource button, resource can be added. It can be deleted. It can be edited. So it can be a PDF, or it can be a link, YouTube link. That's how resources are added. Now announcement section, we click on add announcement, and we will just see how this announcement can be edited. So this you can must be noticing that these are 2 boxes: send mail and flash announcement on home page. So if the send mail box is ticked, then this particular announcement will go to all the registered students and instructors through email. So one has to be very careful not to check it when one doesn't want to send the announcement via email. Then the below that is this flash announcement on home page. If this box is checked, then the announcement will be flashed, and we saw on the student interface how an announcement can be flashed. One has to keep in mind that announcement which is flashed should be short, 1 or 2 lines, because it is difficult to read long messages in flash as flash. So this is how announcement can be sent by email and can be flashed. And announcement are all important information, course related information about lecture release, quiz release, and other important information. So resources and announcements, these are by default published, and lectures are by default unpublished. And forums are there for interaction. So here on Instructor Interface, there are only 2 sections, general discussion and lecture and assignment. Forum topics are created from Student Interface, and they are only managed from this Instructor Interface. So all the general discussion topic will be available to instructor for managing under general discussion. When there are so many topics, then this search button is very useful. So let's see that we want to search the topics created by admin, and then that can be accessed here. Similarly, all the topics under lecture and assignment are those created under the lectures are available here. And now we will see the Hangout features. So Hangouts are not they cannot be edited. Hangout messages can be only deleted. So if there is any inappropriate message, instructor can delete it from the Instructor Interface. If a quiz happens outside the Mooc platform, then the marks can be uploaded. Quizzes are to add a quiz in the course, one has to click on Add Quiz button and then provide information about the quiz, about where it will appear, under which module, title, lecture, etc., start date, and this time, end date and time. Quiz can be randomized, like if there are 10 questions in a quiz, an instructor wants to randomize, so has to tick this option and then enter the question number. So 10 questions in randomized order will appear for each student. Then allow retake option is also there. So it's only the last last score is generally saved, and it can be timed also. So then instructor can also choose where if the result has to be shown at a particular time. So these are the features about quiz. And to add questions to a quiz, one has to click on manage course, manage questions, and multiple choice questions, true false type of questions, and fill in the blanks type of questions can be added in the quiz. Now, this is how quiz is created. I can just quickly show here. So it's just like we have seen how in-video question is added. So that's just like quizzes question is also added. True false type of questions can be added. And answer has to be given here. And now fill in the blanks option is also there. Once the student start taking the quiz, then quiz result can be seen by instructor here. So we will go and see, like for this particular quiz has been submitted by a student. So one can see that the marks is visible here. It can be recalculated, and quiz can be calculated for all the students. The score can be calculated. So this is about quiz, and now we will see how assignment is created. To add an assignment, click on this button, add information, just like we have seen earlier, title and the assignment. One can add, instructor can add a file related to assignment. Also, can upload a solution for the assignment and give the due date where it will appear. That we had seen. Now, so here I want to show one more feature here. So if instructor assignment answers, if a student starts submitting assignment, the assignment answer will be available in this section, and instructor can edit it to give the score and grade and feedback. So this is how assignment can be managed by an instructor. Now we will see how user information. So here all the list of user will be available on the student section, and then instructor list names will be available in the instructor section. This list, student list, can also be exported. So this is about and how to create a survey. So add a survey here, and we will just see this example. So this survey has been already created, and one can manage questions in the survey. So add multiple choice questions and add open-ended questions here. So both can be given in the survey, and survey responses one can check if the survey has been already. So there are 2 responses, and the survey response can be exported and it can be edited. So surveys are by default unpublished, and it has to be published because this has been already published. So we are seeing unpublished button here, and it can be also deleted. So this is about instructor interface, how instructor can manage all that information, all the information about the course which is provided to the student. Instructor can also access student interface by clicking on access student interface button. So this is about instructor interface. Now we will go and see how other information is managed by the instructor. So instructor can also manage the team. Team is instructor and tutors. So this information is just by adding a email address of whoever has to be added, and clicking on manage instructor button, instructor can be added. Similarly for the tutors can be added here. Now manage students. So here is a student list can be imported, and if a student has to be deregistered, that is instructor can manage. So these are the this is how an instructor can manage course, and this is the course page. So to enter information on course page, this edit button is there, and all the course related information, course title, and also a brief summary of the course video, introductory video, that can be uploaded here. It is a good practice to have a course introductory video, but it is not necessary. And course content can be given here, what topics will be covered, outcomes of this course, what learners will learn at the end of the course, and also if there are team members, and all this information can be entered and saved here, which will appear on the course landing page or course page. So now we have seen student interface and also the instructor interface on Mooc. We will go back to the presentation now. So we will have a look at highlights of the student interface. So student interface has accessibility. A student can access course material even when the bandwidth is not good, it's poor. So in that situation, audio of the lecture synced with PDF can be accessed, which is as good as accessing video. Email for every forum and comment can be sent to the to the registered students. There's a LaTeX for typing mathematical equations, and also progress detail is accessible on the profile page. These are the highlights of a student interface. More features of forum. So we had noticed that there is I symbol, which shows that instructor has commented or created that forum topic. Then there's pin symbol, which is to make the forum topic stay on the top. And there is a speaker symbol, which shows that the topic has audio message. So we have now covered that how to manage course page, how to manage course, how to manage team, how to manage a student in the course, and how to access course, which is the student interface. Now we will go and see the analytics of Mooc. And Mooc has a very powerful analytics which helps system admin as well as instructor to run the course smoothly and flawlessly. And we will see the analytics now. So I'm going to use this course, Mooc with Mookit, for showing analytics. And this course was offered in January 2020. Professor T.V. Prabhakar was the instructor in charge for this course, and Mookit team members have given lectures this course. So as I had mentioned that, so this course was offered on the courses.mookit.in portal, and anybody can access this course. Just one has to register on mookit.in portal, and then access the course Mooc with Mookit. So analytics section is available in the from Instructor Interface. So we will go and click the Manage Course button, and here, from here, analytics can be accessed. So analytics, there are these sections under analytics: registration information, interaction information, evaluation, learners activity, and server stats. So, we will just quickly have a look at it. So daily registration information will be available, then about gender and age group, qualification, affiliation, and there is a map also. So this analytics, this course is a Mooc course. So all this data is very for showing features of a Mooc, and we will now go and see interaction analytics. So one can get information about how registered students, active students in the course, active student in last 7 days, and forum topics created, etc. And daily student engagement, how many have created, visited a lecture, how many have participated in discussion. This is about summary. Statistics about interaction. So in a lecture, how many actually visited, how many viewed the lecture, and we can add more feature here in this graph. So how many have downloaded and how many actually have click the lectures. Similar information is available in tabular form for each lecture here. So all these points are lecture points in this graph. Now timeline. Here in the timeline section, information about each lecture is available. So one can see that how many distinct views were there for a lecture and how many repeated views were there for a lecture at a particular time. And if there are more repeated views, which may mean that a student for some reason are watching that portion again and again, which can reflect the difficulty point or some issue with that portion, and their instructor can intervene and help a student. Now we will go to forums section of interaction analytics. So here, information about forum, how many topics were created on a particular day, and then a word cloud is there. Under network section, so this provides the top 10 students who were active in the forum, and this information is available module wise and for the entire course. And then there is this graph under it, which shows that dots and connecting line between the dots. So this shows that dots represent people in the course, and connecting line shows and the connection between them. So bigger the dot means the person is more active and has made more connections. If the dot is smaller, then the person has made less connection. This information can be useful for the instructor. Now we will go and see evaluation. So quiz information, one can select the quiz here and then get information, average marks, submission, and average marks, average time and submission, pass fail, and marks distribution. Then how many students got marks in that range. One can see that here for the quiz, information about each quiz each question is available. So if finally student get the questions right, but if for one particular question more students are getting it wrong, there can be some issue, and this information can help instructor to intervene in time and take care of any issue. Now we will go and see the learner's activity. So information about each learner is available in this section. It starts about performance. So let's, one can actually, the instructor can copy this list, download the Excel sheet, download PDF or print it, and search student by name. Here, so if one expands this information, then one can see the performance of a particular student. So how many downloads, how many marks in the quiz and views can be seen here. Now server stats analytics is also available. So one can see the summary of server stats here, and traffic, where it is coming from, desktop, mobile or tablet, then which devices are being used, and desktop, phone, tablet, source of request, it is coming from browser or Android and iOS app, then device names and browser names also. And then the process information is there, and which the alerts. So if there is any issue with the platform, email is sent to the system admin, and that email is also saved here. So these are the information in the analytics section. Now we will so we have now covered student interface features, instructor interface features, and also the analytics in detail. How is an instructor can manage the course, these features. Now I will, this course Mooc with Mookit. Dr. Joshi had asked me to give information on how to run a Mooc. So these are two separate topics, and Mookit demo and how to run a Mooc. How to run a Mooc in itself, totally different section. So I don't have enough time to cover that topic. I just want to tell that in this course, all this information is available, how to run a Mooc. So under week 3, how to run a Mooc, there are 4 lectures, and then also one can, anybody who is interested in it can go and access these lectures just by simply registering. It's a Mooc course, it is open, and there is no fee, and there is no hassle in registering and accessing the course. So if you are interested, you can learn about how to run a Mooc from this course. This is Mookit website, www.mookit.in, and anybody who is interested in Mookit can go to this website. This has overview for features, architecture, papers, and publication. How to use it, so one can install on their premise and use as a hosted version also, and there one can start discussion, and all the courses which we have shown, those courses who are offered on Mookit portal, they can be accessed from this section, courses section, and Mooc with Mookit is also there in this section. So now Mookit is open source, which means anybody can download and run on their premise, install on their server and run it. One can also Mookit portal where one can add an offer. Okay, so what open source means that you will get a Mookit portal where you can add and offer your course, and analytics interface is there to monitor the courses. This is just a screenshot of those portals where courses on Mookit platform are run. So this is the portal mookit.in where the courses are offered. Now another portal which runs on Mookit is agmoocs.in. This is a portal for agricultural courses. And this is Mooc for Dev, portal for Commonwealth Learning, and the courses offered there by Commonwealth of Learning are hosted on this portal. All these courses are free. One can go there, register, and access these courses. So in the end, I would like to mention that Mookit is not a company. Mookit was seeded by initial funding from TechCube IITK, Commonwealth of Learning supported by using Mookit in various courses across the world through the Twin Initiative, MOOCs for Development and AGMOOCs. So Mooc for Dev and AGMOOCs are portal for Commonwealth of Learning. Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers Training, Teacher and Teaching, scheme of MHRD, Government of India gave support through substantial funding and support to Mookit, and which has brought us to this stage. So with this, I complete my presentation, and now we can have question answer session.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful demo session on the Mooc kits, and as well as the explaining about how we can enroll and where we can see the information in the Mooc kits. Ma'am, we have some questions. With your permissions, we can ask it.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, thank you. Amit sir, can you see some questions on the YouTube link, or I'm just asking it in the WebEx platform, some questions?
I have collected from a WebEx, sir. So
okay, so you can go ahead, sir, please.
Okay. So, ma'am, one question Seema would like to ask, that on the slide, my profile page, there were details like 3 are watching video, 2 have watched, etc. One option was on phone call. What is it? Can this LMS record call as well? Is it similar to the Moodle or different?
I'm not much familiar with the Moodle, so I can't comment on that. But video call feature is actually, we had used it for a course. This feature is there on Mookit platform, and it was not activated. It is not needed for all courses. This is we had used it for a course of agriculture, where the students were in remote areas, and also farmers had registered for those courses. So in that case, one has to register the phone number, and then the call will go to the learner, and the learner can access the course through the phone in audio form. So it is required only in special cases for special courses. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So next question is from Kusum Anjali Deshmukh, that ma'am, how can we as an instructor can enroll in a Mooc for offering a course to our student? I mean, what would be the hardware requirement, or can we get access by some payment?
Okay, so Mookit right now it is an open source, and I had shown on the mookit.in portal that one can go and like download Mookit for for their server. So, but for that they will need the expert help, technical person to do it. And otherwise, Mookit can also be availed as service. So for that, one has to contact Mookit team, and a course can be created on Mooc under Mookit courses, and one can start running the course.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Another question is from Anubhav Kumar. What instructor upload video lecture? Can you, ma'am, explain or elaborate it? Instructor upload video lecture. There was one option probably in one of the slides. So probably he want some detailed explanation about that.
Okay, so is that upload lecture? So how like in a classroom, instructor goes and gives lecture. So on Mookit platform, the lecture is in the form of video or in the form of audio supported by a slide or a PPT. So uploading means either instructor can upload a video which has to be created using some softwares which are there, and then that video can be uploaded here. Otherwise, if there is no video, then instructor can upload audio of the lecture and the PDF file or slide, whichever is used for delivering the lecture. If the slide is not there, one can just upload the audio. So there are three options: either uploading a video as lecture content, or uploading audio as a lecture content, or uploading slide or PPT also for the lecture. So yeah, this is what uploading a lecture means.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Last question, ma'am. Dr. Prakash Singh wants to know that how one can join the Mookit as an international instructor. Is there any option to map CLO and PLOs? And in the same, Dr. Anubhav Kumar, he is actually from Africa for some university. Then is it possible to use the Mookit for him also?
Yes, book it to anybody can, any instructor, anybody who wants to offer a course of a Mooc can contact Mookit team from mookit.in and find out whether, what are the possibilities. So I would suggest that, yes, anybody can offer a course on Mookit, and one has to contact Mookit team for that. Yeah.
Okay.
To find out the possibilities.
Okay. Thank you. Ma'am, I think one more question actually just pop up. So
Sure.
Sujata wants to know that if our institute wants to use the Mookit service, will it be charged, or will our radio lecture be verified for quality or other parameters?
For that, I would suggest that one has to contact Mookit team, and generally then it will be decided by our by Professor T.B. Prabhakar, whether which institution qualifies for free service or it will be charged. So please contact Mookit team to find out this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, resolving all the queries. So that's all, ma'am. Probably, Bharat sir, you want to add something?
No, just want to say thank you, ma'am, maybe like there is a one query which actually, ma'am, there is a one more query like Vikas Rao Vedi. How does Mooc kit work offline? Please explain.
Okay, so how does Mookit work offline? That feature actually, if there are two options. One is like there's a provision for giving course content on SD card. So instructor can put the content on SD card and send it to the students. There will be, and that course can be accessed through app. So one has to have the app on the mobile, and then the content on the content on the SD card, and there will be some file which will actually connect SD card with the app, and content can be accessed offline. That is one way, and another way is like in the app itself. Um, Lectures can be downloaded and can be accessed offline. Whenever there is an internet connectivity, the app will connect with the uh, main server, and then analytics will be synced with the server. So this is how offline works for Mookit. I hope I have answered this. If there is any doubt, please ask me.
I think, ma'am, his question is completely resolved. So
Okay.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time, and thank you. We are really pleasure to have you with us on this platform and on this FDP. And thank you from our academy side. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much from on behalf of the Mookit team. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
So now we are ready for our next lecture. I think I can already see the Samir sir and his team has already joined. Good afternoon, Samir sir. Okay, I think Daisy is there. Emily was also there.
Yes.
I think I can see the Samir sir also. Probably he has also joined.
Yes, I think he has joined. I can see him as a panelist here.
Yes. So, ma'am, meanwhile, who will be presenting first so I can make him or her as a presenter?
I'll be presenting my screen. Yes.
Okay.
Daisy.
So I will make Emily as a presenter. Okay.
No, Daisy as the
Daisy,
presenter.
okay, sorry. Daisy. Good afternoon, all of you. So our next session is regarding the designing the visually effective presentation. So we have a energetic team from a active learning group. So now I welcome them. I think Samir sir has also joined. I am not sure whether he can able to speak or not. I am not sure. So meanwhile, I am just briefing him as well as her team. So Samir Sahastra Budde is a director currently at a Educational Multimedia Research Center, Pune, India. Prior to this, he has served as a research scientist at IIT Bombay. He has contributed in the development of learner-centric Mooc model at IDP IT as well as IIT Bombay X platform at the Department of CSE IIT Bombay. He has created many MOOCs having the learner-centric approach for platforms such as IIT Bombay X, EDX, and Swayam. His course on 3D visualization animation is subscribed by many, converted to an ebook, translated to other Indian language, and was shortlisted for the EDX Prize 2019. Shabir holds a PhD in subject communication from YCMU University, postgraduate diploma in distance education from IGNO, and animation filmmaking from a Jika Studio, and a graduation in Fine Arts Government School of Arts. Apart from publishing widely in a research domain, he is a avid filmmaker and has bagged awards at various film festivals. So now I welcome sir. So today, along with the Samir sir, I think we have two young presenter with him from his team. Ambly was born in city of Kochi, Kerala. She holds master degree in remote sensing and wireless sensor network from Amrita Vishwavidyapith, Coimbatore. She is currently working as an assistant professor at Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, AR Gorima College of Engineering, Kerala. She is a good observer and her special interest lies in visual design and various educational tools. Along with Emily, we have a Daisy. So Daisy is a passionate student centered educator and a long and lifelong learner who strives to install a similar desire in her student. She has an ardent interest in collaborative in-learning, and in this regard, she has published articles and presented papers at academic conference. At present, she is working as an assistant professor and head of the department of computer science and application of Guru Nanak Khalsa College of Women, Ludhiana, Punjab. Now I welcome all.
Hello, everyone. Today, as mentioned, today we are here to conduct a session on how to make presentations visually appealing and effective for the audience. The topic of this session has been chosen keeping in mind the theme of this faculty development program, that is ICT tools in teaching, learning process, and institutions. As we believe that the presentations are an effective teaching tool as well as a learning aid. As teachers, we use presentations while conducting our classes. We also need to prepare presentations while presenting in seminars or conferences, right? So in face-to-face teaching, presentations are highly effective teaching learning tool, as well as presentations find an equal or even more importance in an online learning environment where they act as our digital chalkboards and allow us to convey our thoughts to our students. We also use presentations while recording our screencast videos. So we can say that if the presentations are properly designed, they can make for an engaging learning experience for the audience. And our audience in our case is our students. So at the same time, if they are not designed well, a presentation can be disengaging or distracting regardless of the content quality. So with this, our session today, we have structured it into two parts. In the first part, we will focus on the visual design guidelines for designing effective presentations. These suggestions and guidelines are generic, and hence they are applicable to any presentation software. That is, you will be able to use these guidelines for designing presentations on Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides, Prezi, or any software that you know. The second part of our session is a lab session for which we have planned activities which will allow you to apply and check your presentation design knowledge. Before we dive further into this presentation, we take this moment to acknowledge the person who has inspired and helped in making this presentation. This presentation is inspired and adapted from the presentation on visual presentation skills created by Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe. We also acknowledge the contribution of Dr. Ilavanil, whose valuable insights helped us in enhancing this presentation. And this presentation is released under the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license, so you are free to use it. Now, let us begin the session with a short reflection activity. I believe that all of us have created and designed several presentations for different purposes. So let us take a moment and think of one challenge that you have faced while designing presentation slides. Please reflect on this question for some time and then share your response in the chat window. one challenge that you have faced while designing presentation slides. We are waiting for your responses in the chat. One challenge that you usually face while, that is how to begin interactive selection, video and presentation, making slides attractive and interactive. Professor Siddhi has said this. Yes. Professor Nilima is saying how to animate the presentation. Professor Sunita is saying adding equations. Yes. What are the expect? Professor Kamlesh is mentioning what is the animation effects that we can add, how to insert pictures. Professor Pragya is saying. Fitting a large diagram into a screen. Yes, this is slightly difficult or a challenge that we normally face, designing. Professor Kaveri is saying that how to actually design or what design template we can use. Yes. What should be the size of words in the PPTs? Yes, right. Adding pictures or equations. Yes. Professor Nalini is saying existing templates are not allowing to insert the text and images as required. Okay. So, amount of text in a slide. Yes. Professor Ashok has mentioned this. So, you have shared several responses, and we have listed some of the common challenges that we face regarding while creating our presentations. That is, we have to decide how to segment the information in digestible chunks. That is, choosing what content will go on a particular slide. Which color or font is appropriate. Yes, as all of us mentioned, what images to include in the presentation. And we got the maximum responses regarding the animation effects. That is, which animation effects to apply and how to present data in the form of tables, charts, in the presentations. Yes. So there is another response by Reena, Professor Reena, how to balance content and images in the presentation. Yes, right. So now let us see how we can overcome these challenges and design a presentation that hits all the goals. So all of us, knowingly or unknowingly, follow a process while creating presentations. As teachers, we are very good at planning our lessons. So on the basis of the topic of the presentation, we decide the content for a presentation. That is, before actually starting to create the presentation slides, we plan. That is, we brainstorm, analyze, and then organize the presentation content. Next stage after planning is the execution. That is where we decide the outline and the flow of the presentation. What bulleted details and the graphics that we want to include in the presentation. Finally, after we have planned and executed, created a structure for a presentation, we come to the impress stage where we decide the appeal of the presentation. That is, we decide the color scheme, the choice of fonts, and the visual effects to be added in the presentation. And in today's session, our main focus is on the impress part of this process. We also believe that practice makes a person perfect. So while designing, keep in mind the visual design principles that we will discuss today to create a presentation that can deliver the right message to the target audience effectively. At this point, let us have a quick activity. On your screen, you will now see a word written in different colors. Now you can see the word military written in 4 different colors. We have also numbered these choices as 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to type in the chat window which color option do you think is suiting the word military, and also the reason. We are getting a number of 2, yes, because 2 is better color contrast. Okay. Blue. 2 because it is brighter. Okay, cool. 2 and 4. Okay. 2 and 4 is blue and pink. Green. Okay. Green is the color of the military. Yes. 2 as it has a better appeal. 2 we are getting a lot of 2s. 2 because of clarity. 2 because it is a primary. Blue reaches to the maximum audience. Okay. Okay. But somebody saying that I prefer 1. Okay. It is because it looks standard. Oh, nice. Blue because we are getting a lot of contrast. Okay, now let us see another word. Which color is suiting the word soft and why? Now let us do it for soft. Which color is suiting the word soft? Soft pink. Okay. Again, we have blue. We have many fans for blue today. Yes. 3, pink. So for soft, 1 because it looks like soft. Okay. The color gray, it is looking like soft. 2 because it is looking attractive. Okay, nice. Yes. 2 itself is soft. Okay. Pink and soft are going together. Okay, because it is matching the meaning. Yes, right. It also depends upon the background color. Yes. Okay. Blue because it is refreshing the eyes and it is attractive. We are getting very nice responses. Yes. Now, what do you think about this word? Space. Let us do the same thing for space. Which color do you think is suiting the word space? 1 for space. Okay. Why? But the reason is also required. Why 1 for space? Because it matches for the subject. Yes. Very nice. Professor Nilima is saying it is easily readable. Yes. Sky is blue. Professor Vibhe is saying it matches with the space. Space because sky and space are blue. Okay. Nice. It is easily readable. Okay, we have another word. Let us see which color is suiting the word neutral. Let us see which color is suiting the word neutral and why. Why? Also tell the reason why. 2 because it is preferable. 2 it is brighter. Okay. Today I think the maximum votes have gone to the color blue. Blue is the color of the day today. Yes. Neutral 1 because it is grounded. Okay. It is not dominant with a single color. 1. Now we are getting many votes for 1. 3 because it is saturated. Wow, that's a very nice answer. Okay. 1 because it looks dull. Okay. So the objective behind this exercise is to convey that the color of the text in the presentation depends upon the content and the message that has to be delivered. I think we also received these kind of responses today. That is, the use of the color is very important as it carries a meaning and it also communicates a mood. So let us see some standard conventions or the guidelines that are recommended while using color in the presentation. Yes. So the first guidelines is more the color contrast, more is the readability of the text. That is the text with the positive contrast, that is dark text on a light background, is more readable than those with the negative contrast. Negative contrast is when we have light text on a dark background. But at the same time, another interesting aspect about color is that when you use presentation in different scenarios. So in case, if you are presenting in a dimly lit room, then it is advisable to use a black background and only the text can be in white or light color. But why? The reason is that the strain on the eyes is minimal when you use a black background, right? Similarly, when you are presenting in a brightly lit room, then this type of presentation with the black text on the white background becomes easier on the eyes. Another important point is which refers to using the type of the color. If the color is vivid or very bright, like we have this light blue color, or it is a pale color like this light gray color, then what happens is that the less bright colors makes reading of the text difficult. Hence, the hue should be avoided. We also have a question regarding what about the online presentation. I also have a question. What do you think about the presentation that has been designed in this form with the white background on the black? Because we are viewing this in I assume that in a brightly lit room at a home, and along with that, I think for a brighter room we need to have something like that black text on the white background. Yes. So what we need to emphasize here is that use a color scheme that suits your topic. For example, using a very bright pink color may not be able to communicate the computer architecture topic, for example, that you are explaining. So use neutral colors like blacks, shades of gray or brown, which are appropriate for the academic content. Yes. So do you notice the green dot that we have on the top right corner of the screen? This is a visual clue that has been added to indicate the guideline slides in this presentation. Similarly, when you are designing your presentations, you can utilize such color features to highlight the key slides in your presentation. This kind of a feature will also allow your students to quickly go through the key concepts when they are revising the topic before the exam. We will be sharing this presentation with all of you. You can download this presentation from our website for future reference, and we will share the link of the presentation at the end of this session so that you can refer to these guidelines. So from now, color, let us move to another important aspect, that is typography, that is the use of fonts. Let us again do an activity. Here on the screen, you can see the words military, soft, space, and neutral written in different fonts. You have to tell which font is suiting which word. You can share a sequence also, like 1, 3, 4, 2, where we can see that 1 font is suiting military, 3 for soft, 4 for space, and 2 for neutral. That could also be done. And if you want, it is 2 for all. Okay, we have Professor Anjali saying 2 for all. Okay, very nice. Military, soft, space, neutral. Okay, in case, please state the reason also. 1 military, 2 soft, 2 space, and okay. We are getting a lot of responses, 2 for all. Okay. Okay, let us start with military. Which one do you think is suiting the word military? 1 for military. Okay. And the reason why? You also please state the reason also, because it is disciplined and okay. It looks official. Yes, very nice. 4 because it is bold. I think bold and solid, strong like military. Okay, it is standard for military and it looks authorized also. 1 because it looks professional. Yes. Okay, now let us see which one is suiting the word soft. And the reason also. Okay, 1, we are also getting now 1 for all. 2 because it is 1 for soft as it looks like soft. Okay. 1, okay. 3 as it is curvy. Oh, okay. 3 suits the meaning for soft. Okay, okay, yes. 2 for soft. Okay. 1 because it is very sober. Nice. Okay. 2 for military, 2 for soft, 4 for space, and 2 for neutral. 3 because it looks like a flower, and flower is soft. Okay. Okay, now let us do this for space. Please state the reasons why. Which one would you like to choose for space now? 2 for space. Okay. 1 space because it is different. Okay. 3 because it looks stylish. Nice. 2 for its clarity. 4 because it is legible to read. Yes. It is clear on the phone also. Oh, nice. Okay, which one do you think suits the word neutral? For neutral, we are getting 3s. 3. Professor Pramod has also written 3 because of balance. Oh, nice. 3 because neutral alphabets are spacious. Okay. It is looking visually good because of the clarity. 3 for because it looks like neutral. Yes, because of the clarity. So, at this point, I will again like to highlight that the choice of the font in the presentation depends upon the content and the meaning that it conveys. And with this, we will again have another activity. Now we will, with this, let us discuss another aspect of typography. For this, I have a question for all of you. While writing on the notebook or while creating presentations, how do you highlight certain words or phrases? That is, how do you lend emphasis? If you are writing, okay. So we are getting a number of responses. Professor Gaurav has written bold, and we are also bold, underlined, yes. Bold, italic, okay. Oh, Professor Gomti has said highlighting in color, yes, right. Dr. Anchiga has said we need highlight in color again, highlighting the background. Oh, inverted commas. We are get Professor Prakash has we can write highlight in color. Yes. So if we have to emphasize the word bold, so according to your responses, what we can do is we can make the text bold. We can make the text italicized. We can also underline the text. Yes, we can change. Professor Sangeeta Shukla has also mentioned that we can change the color of the text. But what happens when we do this? Okay, what happens when what we have done here? Here, what we have done is we have made, yes, Dr. Karishma Desai has given a very good response that we have used all, but we should use one. So the problem happens when you try to use all these emphasis options together. That is when you apply bold, italic, underline. Yes, Professor Charul Jain has done, yes, overuse, overdose, yes. Underline, color change options together. So this is an absolute no, as you are trying to overemphasize the point that you are explaining, and just one change is sufficient. If Sameer sir can hear me, I think he has a very, very interesting anecdote to share with this regard. If he is available and if he can hear me. Oh, I think he cannot hear me. So let me narrate the anecdote that he shared with me. Now, okay, let me ask you everybody in the chat, what do you prefer, books or movies? That is, are you a book fan or a movie fan? Oh, movies. Book. Dr. Prakash is saying books. We are both. We are also getting responses like both. So, okay, all those who are saying that they are fans of book and as well as they are both, all those who are mentioning both also. So you have to tell how do we lend emphasis in a book? How content is emphasized in a book? Suppose we have a novel. It depends upon the condition, right? So you have to tell how do we lend emphasis in a book? In case of text, italic, bold. Sometimes with pictures, Professor Rajkumar, yes. Bold, italics, yes. I think bold is very less. Normally, we have text in the form of italics in case of dialogues. Yes, italics, with the flow of the content. So normally what we say that books are printed in black and white medium. So books do not use a number of colors, or the text is not made, a lot of text is not made bold or underlined to emphasize. but still the books are able to convey the message or narrate an engaging story. Hence, it is a common misconception that we usually follow while creating our slides, that we misuse the font and the color options to highlight the content and end up making a mess of a presentation. Okay. With this, yes. So with this, I'm going to share with you a short set of guidelines that are related to typography. For creating presentations, use minimum fonts as far as possible, and use of 2 fonts is advisable, where one font can be used for the heading and the other one for the body section of the slides. The use of too many fonts can make the slides look chaotic. Yes. And use the font options to emphasize or highlight the content. However, as mentioned earlier, use a single font option, either bold, italic, underline, or change of color to emphasize. Also, use the same type of font option throughout your presentation to show consistency in design. This means that if you are highlighting the key terms by making them, say, bold in your presentation, then use this same font feature throughout your presentation for consistency. Yes, for presentation slides, what we recommend is left alignment, as you can see in this presentation also. Because it makes the text more readable. And the last guideline is the use of the grid. This feature of the presentation softwares is usually underused. Almost all the presentation software have the option of switching on the grid, which is available under the view menu for most of the softwares. And why it is important is because if we switch on the grid, it allows us to easily place the text or the elements of the presentation, which could be images, with the proper alignment in the presentation. I think you can see this GIF image on your screen. Can you identify the color and the typography options that we have just discussed now? And these blue lines are actually indicating the grids. Can you mention in the chat the guidelines that we have discussed regarding the typography? How many guidelines this image is actually satisfying? Something related to the number of colors, the type of font, yes. The text, Professor Dina is saying bold. Grid option is there, yes. We have emphasized, yes. Use 2 fonts, yes, right. I think one for you and the other one for Awesome. How many colors have been used? 2 fonts, 2 colors, left alignment, center alignment, bold and normal and all. Yes. Yes, Professor Abhilasha is saying 2 fonts have been used. Yeah, yes, perfect. With this, we will move to another important point regarding the challenge which was highlighted by most of us. So from typography, we move on to the visual effects in the presentation. There are 2 types of visual effects that are typically used in the presentation. One is the animation effects that are applied to the slide elements like text or bulleted points. That means you apply some animation effect to the elements that are present in your slide. And the next one is the visual effect that is applied to the entire presentation slide, where you see the slide either appearing from the left or right. But the point that we want to mention here is that the overuse of the animation effects in the presentation is quite distracting for the audience. Your animation should be subtle and professional, such that the audience takes away the message that you are trying to convey, and rather they should not be taken away from the message. Only use animations for a purpose. For example, to reveal the stages of a process. In case if you are indicating a particular diagram where we are showing the process for a particular concept. So to reveal the stages of the process, we can use animation effects. Animation effects can also be used for introducing the bullet points, so that it becomes easier for the audience to understand. And please remember, do not animate every element in your slide. Okay, at this point, let us have a reflection spot. Just think and reflect on the question that while designing your presentations, how much percentage of effort do you spend in deciding the content for the presentation? And how much effort do you spend on deciding the visual design of your presentation? For example, let us say I spend 30% of my effort in deciding the content, and say 30% of my effort is spent in deciding the visual appearance. Yes. So what we can do is, in order to make this activity more interesting, I am sharing with you the link of the Mentimeter where you can go and post your responses. So Ambali has also shared the link. You can go and post your responses in Mentimeter. I am also going to share the code with you. Yes, here we have the code is 117675. Or you can also scan this QR code to directly jump to this activity and respond. Meanwhile, those who are not able to access, I would love to read the responses in the chat also. Okay, Professor Surya is not able to hear me. Meanwhile, Professor Uma mentioned that she spends 70% in deciding the content and 30% in deciding the visual effects. And Professor Sita mentioned that she spends 90% on the content and 10% on the appearance. Oh, Professor Tirag has mentioned that he prefers to spend 25% effort on the content and 75% on the visual effect. Yes. And oh, Professor Deena has mentioned 99% on both. I don't know what happens to the last 1%. Yes. Okay. So with this, I wish I could show you the responses. I think that I'll show you at the end of the presentation regarding this, because I'm not able to access my window now. But from the responses that we have received, by function, what we mean is what is the message, as you all know, what is the message that we want to convey? And with the forms, we mean is the how that message has to be displayed. Right? So some of the you are saying that the function.
त्यांचं तुमचं तुम्ही करा आता.
Ma'am, can you
खूप प्रयत्न
request
केला
Sameer
पण
sir to
कालपर्यंत
mute
तर
the
असतं
mic?
तर मी केलं असतं.
मग आम्ही हे करतो आहोत.
Sameer sir?
उद्या परवा पण नाही ना सर तुम्ही.
एक मिनिट.
Now he's
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Sameer sir. Thank
Yes. So some of us are saying that they spend more time on deciding the content. Others, they say they spend more time on the form. And I think Professor Manavalan has also mentioned 50-50. Yes, that we spend half time on the function and half time in deciding the half effort on deciding the what message. So there is a balance also, right? So what we are trying to say here is that whenever we are creating our presentation, both form and function of the presentation carry equal importance, as inadequate attention to either leads to ineffective communication, while excessive attention to either leads to chaos. So while creating your presentation, ask yourself what your audience should remember after seeing your presentation. Based on that, optimize your slides to support those key messages and make sure that your content and your key messages stand out. That is where these visual design guidelines kick in. With this, let us move through another set of interesting and very useful guidelines. The most important guideline to follow is that the content for the given audience should decide the color scheme, font, and the graphics that have to be used in the presentation. Follow well-researched guidelines before deciding about, for example, the addition of the graphic or what type of font you want to use in your presentation. Further, test before presenting. Why? Because it is always good to have a demo of your presentation before actually going in for presentation, as it will help avoid glitches and embarrassment at the time of the actual presentation. Another important guideline that we have is, and in fact it is really interesting one, is that keep 6x6 rule in mind while designing your presentation slides. This is not basically a rule, but a guideline that suggests that you should include no more than 6 words per line and no more than 6 bullet points per slide. Why? Because the goal is to keep your slide from being so dense and packed with information that people don't even want to look at it. While you are presenting, you are the star of the show. The audience should listen to you and engage with the topic of the presentation. If the slides are, say, packed with excessive information, then the audience might spend time just reading the content of the presentation. But at the same time, keeping these 6 words per bullet point and having 6 bullet points per slide is slightly difficult. So it is just a guideline, it is just a suggestion. So the first focus should always be on conveying your points in the best possible way. As far as the word limits are concerned, it is more about the balance than anything else. And it is, of course, not a hard and fast rule. Another guideline which we recommend is that you use predefined templates for designing your presentation. These slide templates that we use which are available in most of the softwares, are developed by following well-researched guidelines and are a great resource for designing visually effective presentations. The templates give you ideas for how to present your content with pre-built designs. This saves your time, helps you build a good presentation with less effort. Templates also help in adding a consistent look to your presentation. This makes the presentation flow better and emphasizes that each slide is the part of the same story that we are telling. In case if we have a different color scheme or a completely different look for every slide, then it becomes disengaging for the audience. Also, always remember to use images in the presentation that do not violate copyright or are licensed under Creative Commons. Acknowledge the source and the creator of the resources that you use in your presentation. So for your presentation to be effective, both content and design are equally important. Okay. Let us have a reflection spot activity at this point. Please post your response to the question that when creating educational content, that is when creating presentations for educational purposes, what criteria do you keep in mind with regards to font type and the font size? How much font, what type of font do you prefer, or what kind of a font, how much font size? Large, larger, what kind is, I use 4, okay, 12, Times New Roman 12, okay, normal font size. Simple, Times New Roman, okay, 20 font size. 12 font size. Heading is large. Okay, the one that is given in the template, that is a very good answer. Yes, 18, 14, 24, yes, 28 for the content. Yes, right. We have received several responses and they are really good ones. Yes. So what we want to share with you is that when creating educational content, we need to cater to different set of learners. So even those who may have some visual impairments. So fonts need to stand out and not merge in the background. And somebody mentioned in the chat also that there are two main font families, that is serif and sans serif. So what are serif fonts is that serif fonts, they have flags at the end of each stroke of the letter that makes them difficult to read when they are projected on the screen. Whereas the sans serif font is a font family which tends to be easiest to read on the screen, and hence it is advisable to use sans serif font for the body text of your presentations. From the serif and the sans serif fonts that are there on the screen, both have the same font size. The serif which is written and the sans serif which is written, they have both fonts, they have the same font size. But I think that this sans serif one is more readable as compared to the serif font. Also use the same font throughout your presentation and avoid using serif fonts like Times New Roman, because they are designed to be used for the text heavy documents. In case if you have a printed document, it is always good to use your Times New Roman, which is recommended for the document, like if you are writing a research paper. Okay. Am I audible, everybody? Because I am also getting messages that somebody cannot hear me. Oh, good. Okay. So regarding the font sizes, obviously we need to choose a font size which is readable. The font size we recommend is minimum of 20 point for the body text, as so that everything can be easily read. And also ensure that you keep the font sizes consistent throughout the slide, otherwise it is going to look messy. Okay, I think Sameer sir would also like to elaborate more on the serif and sans serif fonts. If Sameer sir can unmute.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I can see the debate going on serif and sans serif.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, one interesting trivia that I wanted to share with all of you, and also a kind of guideline. So, typically, the rule of thumb says that whatever you are going to read by holding it in the hands, so if it is at a distance of 1.5 feet to 2 feet, then you use a serif font. Okay, and anything you are going to view beyond 2 feet of distance, then sans serif font is ideal for that. And as you have shown on the screen here, this thick and thin parts, actually there is no circle right now for the horizontal, what to say, line which connects the vertical stroke of F to the horizontal stroke. So that being thin, this part, yes. This part is the most delicate part, which kind of diminishes at times. So if you see the small size font in the word serif, you can see that when we look at E, you can see the two strokes which are bold, but the horizontal stroke which is in between those is hardly visible. As against if you see the this one, as against you see the E in sans serif font, because it is of equal thickness, everyone can see that without any problems. So in a nutshell, whenever you have a media which is to be seen from a distance, then you use a sans serif font. And whenever you have a media which is seen from less distance, then you use a serif font, because then that is more easy to read. So that was That was my inputs, my
Yes.
5 cents.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, with this, we have another example for all of you. Now you will see on the screen this slide. And since you have already seen the visual design principles that will help in creating the standout visual content, so you have to kind of reform this slide by providing your suggestions in the chat window. So as you can see on the screen, there is an image and we have in the background a polar bear, and the slide talks about polar bears and global warming. Can you suggest the changes for this slide? First line is better. Font color can be black. Oh, very nice. Not clear because of the contrast. Yes, font color. Inappropriate contrast is there. Yes, poor contrast. So, as mentioned by everybody, the main issue with this slide is that there is little contrast against the background. And it is very hard because of that for our brain to absorb and understand the information. And of course, it is not looking aesthetically pleasing also. So let us try out first with the heading part. Since everybody is mentioning about the heading, it is training eyes, Professor Deena is saying. And it is because of that, it is not visible. So let us apply one option, one suggestion regarding the change in color, say for the heading. See if we change the color of the heading. Yes. Font could be bigger. We have increased the size of the font also, and we have changed the color also, right? So any other suggestions regarding the body text? Text can be in dark blue. Professor Asha has mentioned this. Professor Vijay is saying that this has enhanced the visibility. Okay. So can we do something about this body text? No, left aligned is required. Yes, perfect. So what we'll do is, in order to increase the visibility of text, this body text, let us try this out first. What if we add a dark box to give some contrast from the background image? Now what do you say? The text is now visible. It is easier to read, and using white text on the dark background is an effective way to highlight and to grab the user attention. Why? Because white reflects all the colors of the visible light spectrum into the eyes, and this makes the text bright and distinct. Yes. Alignment was also mentioned, that let us change the alignment. So what if we change the alignment of the text and we have made it as left aligned instead of the center aligned, because it looks more organized. Okay, what if we do this now? Bullet points, yes, brilliant answers. Yes, we can use bullets in order to indicate the different points. So for better clarity, simplification, and to improve the focus, what we can do is we can separate the content into bullet points and add bullets or icons according to the content. We are already getting responses regarding 6x6 rule that says that you reduce the text in the points that we have. And another thing, as mentioned by everybody in the chat, I think some participants mentioned that this black box is not looking good. It is highlighting the content, but it is slightly looking out of order, and it is not providing that snowy Arctic feel that is there. And let us think of reducing the text also in the bullet points further if possible. Yes, we'll remove this black box. So here we have removed the black box, and we have used the change of color option to highlight the key points. So by using icons and by shortening the text, we end up with a better presentation and simpler way of the content. We have also added these short animation effects on the points, as this allows our eyes to easily navigate through and better absorb and understand the information. Right? Yes. So this is one way of enhancing. We can have obviously better ways of enhancing the slain side. This is something that we wanted to show you. And with this, we come to the end of the first part of this session. So as we wrap up this session and before we begin the last session, I think I recommend 2 minutes break so that we can stretch and have a sip of water before we start the lab session. Yes.
Ma'am, actually, there are few questions are there. If you
Okay.
allow, then
Yes, sir.
read it for you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ma'am, one question from a Praveen that what are your suggestions to improve the advanced presentation like Prezi?
Prezi is I like Prezi a lot because it has a lot of good animation effects and zooming effects. And what I try to use is templates because templates are well researched. And what they do is that they give you a kind of a structure that quickly allow to create your presentation. And it is easier to manipulate those templates which are given in the Prezi for creating a very eye-catching and kind of an attractive presentation. So in case if you want to go in for, and I don't even believe that it is very advanced, it is easier to use. It just takes a few, like if you create one presentation and you are done, you get proficient with that. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So next question is from Chandra Karmakar. Ma'am, what is the best way to evaluate our own presentation?
That is what we are going to do in the lab session.
Okay.
That is the part of you. I'm sure everybody will like that part also.
Okay.
We'll be covering that part in the lab. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Final question, ma'am.
Yes.
For Vipul, that what would be the best font for mobile screen, as most students nowadays are use mobile for lecture?
Okay, as mentioned by Sameer sir, for anything that has to be projected on a screen, whether it is your wall or a big screen that you have, or even if you are projecting on a phone, it is always good to use a sans serif font. Like for this presentation, we have used Calibri, which is a sans serif font. And for printed documents, it is good to use serif fonts like Times New Roman. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I think that's
Yes.
all from my side.
Okay. Yes. So I think we can begin with the lab session. The lab session will be conducted by Professor Ambali.
Okay. I think, ma'am, before that, I think we have a 2 minute break.
Yes, of course we have that.
So maybe we can start at again, I think
4 o'clock. Yes.
4 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, I think good afternoon, Samir sir. I'm not sure he is not here probably.
Yes.
Okay. No issue. Maybe we will discuss later on. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Dr. Amit, may we start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I make you as a presenter?
No, I'll be presenting my screen and Ambali will conduct the session. Yes.
Okay. I think there is no need to change the presenter.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Now we have entered into the second part of the session. We have planned a very interesting activity for you all now. I have seen a couple of participants asking about the evaluation of the presentation. So let's have it in the session. Okay. So in this activity, you will be able to apply your visual design knowledge that we have discussed so far. So for this activity, observe the what you need to do is observe the sample slides, then evaluate the slides based on the rubric which will be shown in the coming slides, and also share the score in the chat window. Okay. So
Yes.
next.
Should we start? Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll see how to evaluate the rubric. Here there will be a sample image as shown in the screen, and you have to evaluate this image based on the criteria that is given below. Okay, here as an example we have shown the criteria is use of color. Okay, and also award the marks low to high depending upon the guideline that we have mentioned here. Okay. So that is how you need to evaluate the rubric. Okay, next. Now let us follow a particular format for this, for sharing the score. You can see here an example. You can see the image number. Suppose if it is 1A, write so, then hyphen, write the score. That is low. Okay, here it is low. Now let us begin this activity. So, are you all ready? Can we start with the first image? Please say yes if you are ready. We can go ahead then. If you all are ready, please. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Fine. So we can go ahead with the first criteria. Here you can see the two sample images A and B, and the criteria here is use of fonts. So the rubric for grading is just given below the images. Just look at image A and B and then look at the criteria and evaluate like low, medium and high. Okay, so you need to evaluate, remember you need to evaluate only based upon the criteria, that is usage of fonts. Don't go beyond that. We'll take in one by one the criteria. So you have 30 seconds. Please put in your thoughts in the chat. Okay, we are getting 1A low. Can you all give the reason, mention the reason also in the chat? Not good. A low, medium. Okay, can you all put in the reason? Too many fonts. Okay. Image A font size. Okay. Too many fonts in first. Yeah, medium. Clumsy, neat and pleasant. Okay. Too many fonts. Oh. Okay. One low, not clear. So we are getting answers like low and medium. Okay. Too many fonts. Harsh fonts. Okay. Lots of color. Visibility is low. Not clear. Some words are not readable at one glance. Okay. Okay. So here all these evaluations are subjective, okay, and it changes with time. So if we are giving low here, it may change with practice. Okay, so they all are evaluated, subjective evaluations. Okay, so according to us, the score can be medium for image A because there are two fonts, but they are not readable also. And regarding image B, it is also, we can give it as medium. It's also not readable, and the font, some font options, that is italics, that are they are unnecessarily kept, right? So these both are medium, can go for medium. Okay. Next. Next, let's evaluate based on the criteria use of color. We'll give you 15 seconds. Please put in the thoughts and as well as the reason. So, image 2. Whether it is low, medium or high. Image 2. Okay, we are getting 2A high, 2 high, okay. Can you put in the reason? Mention the reason also. High. Okay, why? Why it is given as high? 2, medium. Okay. Clearly readable. Now you have to evaluate based on the use of color. The criteria is use of color. Okay. Dull background. More colors are used unnecessarily, right? Very right. Okay. For me, the color is fine. Oh. Okay. Many colors. Dull background. Too high. Readable and pleasant. Okay. Font is white in color and readable. Okay. I think we can go for discussion. Here, the good suggestion is to go for medium because the dots that you see, anyone can point out find any reason that they have put dots at the bottom of the slide. Is there any reason for that? Color is appropriate. Font color and backgrounds color suits. Okay. Unnecessarily, right? So the dots at bottom is unnecessarily kept. Okay. And the slide background, as far as it's concerned, it's a mix of bright and pale colors, which can also be avoided. Okay. So that's about the criteria use of colors. Actually, it may take away the dots may take away the attention of your audience, right? So that can be avoided. Next criteria. Can you change?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's evaluate based on the criteria slide background. Slide background of the sample image. Low, medium or high. Medium, okay. Medium, high, high, low. Can you put in the reason also? Clarity, okay. Low because we are in a bright lit room, okay. Readable and gives good contrast, okay. Color contrast. Put strains on eyes. Yeah, quite readable. 3 high, okay. Dark background and text light. Okay. Medium. Slides are clearly readable. Fine. Background dark color preferable. Medium. Okay. Medium. Black background is not pleasing. Okay. Background color is dark is preferred. Properly highlighted. Okay. So let's discuss. It can be advisable to go with medium because the background near the title makes it difficult to read at the beginning, right? Okay, medium. Professor Hariprasad is telling medium. High, not justified. Okay, justify will be good. Medium. 4 high, medium, as the text is not center aligned, not all margins are aligned, 2 alignments are done, okay. Low, because alignment not proper, not left, only left is preferred, not colored, not all margins are aligned, easily differentiate, so high, okay. 4 high, okay. Easily differentiate, so high, okay. So I think we can now discuss, according to us, we can give high for this criteria because the text is fully aligned and it is easily readable. Okay, so it can be given high. Now let's move on to the next criteria. So here the criteria is usage of images, use of images. Please evaluate. High. Okay, can you mention the reason why it is high? Mention the reason also. Low, medium, high. Okay. 2 image because back. They are children. Okay. 5 is high. Content matches with the picture. High. It satisfies criteria. 2 images overlapped. Oh, wow. Image of children only, not youth. Yeah, I think you all are getting it. Medium, the background image is not visible. Low because image cover text. Image overtakes the content readability. Content, picture, all are good. They are children. Okay. Images are overlapped. Yeah. High. More children are there. Oh. Medium. White background is dull. Okay. So let's discuss here. First of all, we can say that the image is not referenced, right? The image is not referenced. So whenever you use an image in your presentations, reference it. That is, mention the source from which you have taken it. Okay. Here the image connects to the topic partially, sports, but as far as the slide contents are considered, it's irrelevant, right? Unity, teamwork, leadership, planning. Okay, so I think we can go here with low 0. Okay, so
Okay. Should we move forward?
okay, yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the criteria is size of images. First, let's evaluate image A. Then we'll move with image B. So put in the thoughts for image A. Low, medium or high. Okay, low, nothing is clear. Low, medium, low clarity. Okay. Low, as the map is not clear. Too many images, right? Okay. 1. Multiple images. Low. 6 low, too much images and are not clear. A medium, some images are not readable. Lots of images. Low, because image overdose. Low, too many images, not all images are clear. Color settings not good. Oh. Regarding the size of images. Color. Regarding the size of images. A low. Space not effectively used. Okay. Some images are tiny and not providing any detail. Oh, right. Low because not clear. 6B medium. Okay. All are in different sizes, no uniformity. Some images are tiny and not providing any detail. Okay. Medium. So now let's discuss about image A. Here the image of cocoa bean is big and clear, right? The table is also good enough to read. Okay, right. But the other images of the countries here are too tiny, hence they are not readable. Okay, so hence the score can be low, 0. Okay, next let's evaluate image B based on criteria, the same criteria, size of images. Image B, yeah, 6B, high, quite clear content. Okay, B is high, appropriate size and readable, high, clear with content, high clarity. Okay, I think when you came to image B, you all got it right. B, okay, the image is readable but the details, okay, proper size, 6B, high, informative, good color contrast. Okay, yeah, source is given, very good. Professor.
Hello.
Okay, high, clearly. Yeah, image visible. Okay, high and clear. Yeah, and someone had pointed out that image is referenced. Who is that? Very good. I didn't get the name. Okay. Yeah. So I think most of you have got it. Here the image B, you can see that it's of correct size and we can see all the details, the statistics, the text, and all are very clear, right? So we can go for high. Okay. Now let's move on to the next criteria. Yeah. So now let's see the last criteria, the 7th one. The overall impact, the same slide was provided to evaluate the first criteria, usage of fonts. So apart from that, what else can be pointed out regarding this slide, regarding the criteria overall impact? Okay. You can start evaluating regarding the criteria overall impact. Okay, 7 medium, medium. Okay, medium, low, low, too many contents with different font sizes. Okay. 7 medium, pictures and blocks. Okay. can be used instead of theory fully. Okay. 7, medium, green color peak, making somewhat difficult to read the word. Yeah, right. Okay. Medium, medium. Triangular images unnecessarily placed and italics are used. Okay. 7, medium, not clear font. Okay. Medium. Too many content and not good use of images. Too many font sizes. 6x6 rule not followed. Okay, very good. Medium, not attractive. Not clear font. Medium, not attractive. Poor organization of text. Contrast background. But more content and overloaded. Unnecessarily triangle. So I put in. Font theme is also overlapping with content. Okay. Font size is very small. 6x6 rule is not followed. Yes. More content and font size. Medium, because when we can highlight the heading in background color. May I know what kind of color should we take? Okay. Not clearly readable. Okay. Any other reasons? Not attractive, should be more clearly readable. Low. Improper font size, improper bulleting. Different font size. Okay. Two parts are created. Choice of fonts not appreciative. Yes. It looked like messy. Okay. Different font sizes. Okay. Okay. I think you all have almost mentioned all of the reasons. Title case, lowercase, too many content, heading too large compared to other text, color scheme and designs not attractive. The font written is side, we can't relate. Yeah. Yes. Color schemes and designs not attractive. Why is that figure placed there? Yes. Okay. I think most of you have got it right, huh? With all the reasons. So now let's discuss. As you have told, you can see some texts are lying at the right side, right? They are actually not placed properly on the presentation, and you can see the triangles on both the sides, both the ends, they are also meaningless, right? Moreover, you can see these triangles are overlapping with the sentences, so the sentences has become difficult to read, right? And the second last sentence, it has been made to italics, which is unnecessarily done. Okay, then you can also see two thin lines are crossing over the slides, right? Can you all see it? Two thin lines over the right side crossing over the slides. Okay, they can also be avoided, right? Then the bullet size. Yeah, yes. Then the bullet size of each point, it's also not proper. Okay, so I think we can go with the criteria, evaluate it to low, 0, because it's overall it's failing to communicate. Okay. Yeah, italics is in the second last sentence. Yeah, symmetry of the contents. Okay, it has 90 to 10 contribution. Okay. So with this we have come to an end of the 7 criterias. So you can evaluate, do a self evaluation for all of your presentations with these 7 criterias, and you can definitely make them better, beautiful, and create awesome presentations. Now
Okay. Yes, Amrit.
okay,
Yes.
now can we, yeah, we have discussed so far the 7 criterias, and Daisy has also mentioned the guidelines, the principles behind this, creating the presentations. So now let's do some hands-on sessions.
Yes, yes,
Over
right.
to Daisy. Yeah.
Yes. Before we move further, can we have if some questions are there? Because suddenly I'm not able to see my chat. So I think I will stop sharing my screen or end that part for a second and then share again.
Um,
If there are any questions that have to be answered.
yes. Can we get this presentation? Yes, definitely we will be sharing it with you.
Yes. Okay. I am still unable to see my chat, but then you'll have to tell me the questions if there are any. Any questions that came earlier?
Ma'am, there was one question before that from a Pawan Kumar Sukla, that where to put our question answer so that presenter could see.
Okay. I think chat window is the right answer for that.
Okay.
Yes.
I think, yes, ma'am. I think he has some other issue. Ma'am,
Okay.
I think that's all. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So for the next part of the session, what we have done is we have created 2 sample slides which need major redesigning. The first slide that we will be sharing with you, it is based on the context that how to present quotations in a presentation. And the second slide is a sample slide, which is the part of a presentation, say, that you are conducting for your online class. So we will share the link with you in the chat. You can download those slides and then redesign those slides according using any software that you want, be it in PowerPoint or Google Slides, any software that you are comfortable with. And once you are done, in case if you want to show us those, what modifications you have done, then you can share the link of those slides in the chat. So what you have to do is we'll share the sample slides with you. You have to download those slides. Once you download, you can enhance or redesign those slides using the any software that you have on your system. Once you have redesigned, you can use the rubric that we have shared. This presentation, we'll share it with you. If Ambali wants, she can paste the link of this presentation also in the chat, right?
Yes.
And using the rubric that we have just discussed, you have to self-evaluate these slides and then share the link of these slides with us in the chat. Yes. In case if you are not able to download these slides, for that purpose, we have the slides on the screen for you. This is the first slide that requires redesigning. And we have this quotation. And what suggestions or what do you suggest regarding this slide? If Ambali could read out the responses for me.
Okay. Change the background.
Okay, change the background.
Professor Ruji, please. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Then background, all text in same color.
All
Background change is required. Color of vowels need to be changed. Color not appropriate.
Yes.
Font mismatch.
Right.
Color and background, yellow color to red to highlight.
Okay.
Yeah. Alignment.
Alignment. Yes.
Wow color should be changed. Color of text and font.
Okay.
Yellow color is not attractive.
Okay. Yes. Yellow color is not attractive, right? Okay. And we are giving you full freedom. Once you download, it is up to you. Okay, other than the quotation, you can change everything that you want regarding the design. Any other suggestions regarding, say, okay, one was that the background color is not appropriate. The color of wow should be changed. Yes.
Quotations should be centrally aligned.
Oh, okay.
Alignment. Inverted
Alignment.
comma after aim.
After aim, okay. But why? Why inverted comma after aim? Any suggestion regarding that?
All three responses should have same color.
Okay, nice. Right.
Anonymous font and color are not such suitable for this slide.
Okay. Another point is that I am getting the request for the edit. So what you have to do is, instead of the edit access, I recommend that you download the presentation on your, because we have given viewer access so that everybody can download. Once you download it on your computer or on your device, then you can open it in any software or upload on your drive again. Regarding the sample slides. Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, we also have the questions. One question that I can see is how to design if we design a presentation according to the 6x6 rule, then it will become difficult to convey or memorize a lot of sentences that I want to say. This is a question that has come up. But I think as a teacher, we are very good at conducting our classes. Whenever we are in the class, we don't even need a script ready to present the content. So same goes with the presentation slide also, and the points that we have on the screen is a cue for us, as well as they are conveying a message to the audience what we are trying to say. Yes. Okay. So any other suggestions regarding the change in design for this? Any modifications, enhancements that have come up in the chat, Ambali?
Background color irritating, proper placing of punctuation and comma.
Okay.
Response, yeah.
Okay, so I think let us move forward and see what one design enhancement that we thought of for this quotation. I think we'll show you that. This is what we have thought of. What are your responses regarding this design? Is it appropriate or further it requires any enhancement? Is the color suitable? Yes. Is the design suitable?
It is appropriate. It is appropriate. Okay.
We have a question from Vibhay Tripathi.
Okay.
Who wonders how to share the PowerPoint.
How to share the back to us. One suggestion is that they can put up the slides on the Google Drive and then share the drive link with us in the chat. And maybe they can give us the view only access only for the slide. Download the presentation on, yes.
Answers, yeah.
They make wow red in first sentence.
Okay. Okay.
No emphasis on wow. Too full. Red color not good. Dull. Inverted comma can be placed on wow.
Okay.
Wow alone can be highlighted.
Yes. Very nice suggestion.
Yeah. Remove brick-based background. Better single color. Use emojis for yes.
Okay. Nah, these I think suggestions are really nice. Yes. Okay,
It's
let
not
us move. Yes, Ambali.
Yeah, it's not working on mobile.
It is not working on mobile because in case of mobile, you need some software to open these slides. Some software should be there which allows you to edit these slides. Right? Okay. For the convenience of those who have not been able to download these slides, we have the second slide that we have shared with everybody on the screen now. This is the second slide, which has been designed as the part of some online class that we want to conduct on Java programming. So what design suggestions do you can you provide for this slide? We'll give you some time to post your responses in the chat.
No bullets. We're getting answers.
No bullets. Okay.
Yeah. All are in caps. No need.
Yes.
Background of title should be changed.
Okay. Background of the title should be changed. Yes.
Title should be changed. Too many colors. No full caps. Small icon of Java.
Okay.
All colors are shades of blue.
Yes.
No caps lock. Link color can be changed.
Okay.
Heading contrast. A big font can be in link color. Yeah. Can be in sentence case.
Okay. Link color.
Link seems.
Okay.
Yeah. Link seems highlighted. Indentation of link can be reduced.
Okay.
Delete. Left align the link.
Okay. Left align the link.
Gray color box can be removed.
Okay.
Looking dull, overall not pleasing.
Okay.
Background is very dull and Java picture is to be in some bright color.
I think everybody has started applying the visual design principles that we have
Yeah,
discussed.
yeah,
That is
yes,
really
very
good.
true.
Yes.
Yes. Foreground is not good.
Yes.
Background not necessary. Dark color, reduce the color of link. Single sentence broken in content.
Yes. Okay. Another thing that we want to mention here is that in case if you have just one point in your slide, it is better not to put bullet because bullets are introduced basically if you have multiple points. So in case of a single point, either divide the content into multiple bullet points, or you may not place the bullet point at all. And I think you are all absolutely right that putting up something in capitals is absolutely no. Because in case normally it is said that if it is in capitals, this means that the text is shouting at you. So it is better to use a normal case that we have with the first alphabet of the word that begins the sentence is in capitals. That is, you may use the sentence case in that case. And of course, the text that we have for the source of the image, the reference that we have given, that color is not appropriate, the heading is of course not appropriate, and the suggestions that all of you have given are bang on, in fact. Any other suggestions that Ambali that have come up?
The title is not in bold.
Okay.
Should not be in
Should
bold.
not be in bold. Okay.
Bold, yeah. And we have a question here, Daisy.
Yes.
Why left alignment is suggested and why not to justify it?
That's a very, very good question. Yes. So what happens is, would you like to answer, Ambali?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think justify came in for the newspapers to present it in columns.
Yes, right. Absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, Daisy.
Okay. So what Ambali is trying to say is that why we need to have left alignment for the text in the presentations is because for the that justification is basically for printed documents. In case if you are going to print a document and get it bound, so they leave a margin on both the sides of the text so that the book or the document can be bound. Or in case if you are writing a research paper, which is divided into multiple columns. So for equal spacing between the columns, we need to justify the text. And in newspapers, obviously everybody must have seen that there are multiple columns, and in order to better organize the content, we need those columns and the text in those columns has to be justified. But for the presentations, it is always good to have the text as left line, because when we justify the text, an additional space is added between the words in order to fill up that space, which makes reading slightly difficult. So this is the reason behind having the text as left line for the presentations. Yes. Any other question?
Questions. Image size can be smaller than, can we not reduce a source reference?
Yes, we can do. Let us see what suggestions we have incorporated. We have added little, but we have left room for more. So one suggestion is this and regarding that, you can please post your responses in the chat also. This is one suggestion. This is not something we say that this is the best one. This is one way of enhancing the slide as compared to the previous one.
Any further improvement, participants, regarding this slide?
You can post your any other suggestions, whether this is appropriate or whether it needs further enhancement.
Because there is one content, we can put the data in center. Professor Bhushan is saying. Title content may be in sender. Professor Rajagopalan is saying.
Okay.
Appropriate. Then many are saying it's appropriate.
Okay, it is appropriate. What are the inputs regarding? What are your inputs regarding the way the source has been written for the image as compared to the previous one?
Appropriate.
Okay, and
we can still.
Yes.
We can still change the color of the background so that Java logo can become more prominent.
More prominent, yes, perfect.
Source can be smaller.
Smaller, okay.
Incomplete source information.
But we have provided a hyperlink in that case.
Yeah.
Which will open the web page.
Source also can be in italic.
Okay.
Background color should be changed.
Okay, right.
This reference is good as it doesn't take too much space.
Yes. Okay.
Bullets not required.
Okay.
Title and context should have different size. Capitalize the first letters of the words.
Okay, okay.
These are the suggestions.
Okay. So I think the visual design guidelines that we have discussed today are being applied appropriately, and the rubric is also being used. And with this, we'll now take up the questions that are coming. Yes. With this, we are concluding, but we will have a question answer session. what we want to conclude and say is that the perfect practice actually leads to excellence, and this saying goes perfectly well as far as visual design is concerned. So please remember and follow the visual design guidelines that we have discussed today while creating your presentations. Please do share these guidelines with your students also. And of course, keep calm, follow visual design guidelines and create awesome presentations. Now we will go in for the question answer session. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I could see some while I was presenting, but I couldn't catch through the chat.
Okay. Now my chat is also visible.
Okay. So you can post the questions in the chat.
Yes. And meanwhile, I saw a question which was related to how copyright images, that how can we make use of copyright images, whether they can be used in the presentations or not. So I think I would like to give a demo regarding that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just let me open up the website and then I'll show.
Then also, Daisy, how to add animation in PPT.
Okay, so I think we discussed about how to add animation, how much amount of animation should be added. It is always good only to add animation, limited animations which are not very distracting. What students usually do is that they try to add a number of animations when they are presenting their projects to or presentations, or while they're delivering their seminars to us. So what suggestion we can give them is that it is always good to animate only the bullet points that are there in the presentation, and we need to have limited animation effects which are not distracting for the audience. Yes. So one question that we would like to answer in this case is how to add images which are copyright or not violating the copyright issues. So let me just share my screen again. Okay, so we can see this Google page. I hope everybody can see. What I'm trying to search for is cloud computing, and I want to see images that are related to cloud computing. I think many of you must already know this. I am just telling this in case if somebody wants to know. When we go to the Google image search and select this tools option, so what we get is that tools become visible and there is an option of usage rights. And under the usage rights, we get these options for label for reuse with modification, label for reuse, label for commercial reuse with modification, and label for commercial, non-commercial reuse. So in case if you want to see images which are copyright free and they are available for reuse even with modification, then you can select the usage rights to this. After that, what you can do is you can select the image that you want and you are done. And then you just have to paste, but always remember to acknowledge the source of your presentation. And whenever you are acknowledging the source, always remember that it is good to give the a link of the source as a hyperlink instead of giving it as that garbage text that we see earlier, that we saw in this slide, where there is a lot of text. Okay, in this case, nobody will be interested in seeing the type of what this hyperlink is. So they basically want to know the source, main source. So you can hyperlink the text and add the link of the source under the hyperlink. So this is one option of making use of images which are copyright free. Other than that, you can go to the website of Creative Commons and search for the images that are under Creative Commons license, which are available for reuse. Yes.
Daisy, one Professor Veda has come up with her version of slides. So
Okay.
can we take it up? But I
Yes.
can't copy it from the chat.
I can
Are you
see a
able to?
number of links already.
Yeah.
So I think I'll start from the bottom. We have Professor Nitin who's sharing his slides. Let me see and open. So this is his original slide and this is the modified one. Okay. And for the next one, we have this. Okay. Any suggestions for this introduction to Java slide? I think the slide design is really nice.
Yes.
Yes. And the logo also, as compared to the previous background that we had, the logo is also visible. The source can be, of course, modified and the name, and it can be hyperlinked. Yes.
Yeah, shortened
Uh,
and hyperlinked.
yes, and we are
And
getting,
image could be a little more, it could be kept left.
yes, right. Okay.
Then the other PPT, Daisy. The other one.
Yes. Let me open another one now. We have this presentation by Dr. S. Bhagyashri. Oh, but the access is denied. In that case, let me look for some other one. Professor Lata. You need to give us access also. View access at least. Professor Rajendra Kumar. Let me look for one. Last one. We have Professor Vibhay. Yes. Okay. So let us see what changes he has suggested. There is one side that we have in this case. Yes, he has modified the background and reduced the that gray part for the presentation. Yes. Professor Ramesh Kumar Ganesan has modified the slide, but I would like to suggest that the use of the colors has increased in this case. What do you say, Ambali?
Yeah. Yes. Too many colors.
Okay. I think we are done with this.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Yes. In case if you have any questions, then please put up your questions in the chat. Professor Manish is asking that in case if we add animation in the presentation, those animations are not transferred to the PDF form. And yes, we agree with that. In case if we convert it into PDF, because PDF files they do not support animation, so we can't do anything regarding that.
Professor Ruji is asking how to add a video in the slide.
For adding the
And
video, the different softwares, they provide different options. For example, in PowerPoint, you can insert it as an object. And obviously, most softwares, they have this insert option for inserting the video images. The way we insert images, similarly, video can be inserted. In case if you have a video from the YouTube, if you are showing a video from the YouTube, you can also add the link, hyperlink of that video. This, I think Dr. Karishma has put up another interesting point that regarding adding slide numbers. I think it is very important to add numbers on these slides for easy reference, because when your audience is looking at your slides and they are taking up, say, notes, so it becomes easier for also them to note down that what is there on a particular slide, which will also further help them in asking questions and for also for you to respond to the questions being asked by the audience. Yes. There is a question by Dr. Sharisha, and she's saying that should we put up a watermark for the slides? We have released our presentation under Creative Commons. If you download the presentation from our website, you are free to use this presentation and also share it with students. So I think there will be no need for a watermark for that.
use of smart art, is it advisable?
Smart art is not usually cannot be exported in case of different softwares. So if you add a smart art in say PowerPoint, and if you try to open that same smart art, this I'm telling you from my own experience, if you try to open the same smart art in Google Slides, so editing of that smart art, since it is not supported by Google Slides, it becomes slightly difficult. Yes. I think we are already, it is 5 o'clock and we already had 2 back-to-back sessions from 2 o'clock. Yes. So with this, we come to the end. Both Ambali and I, we take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to the organizers of this FTP for doing a phenomenal job of bringing us all together on this platform. Thank you all for your enthusiastic responses during the session. Both Ambali and I, we had a great time interacting with all of you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all. It was really a very interactive session. Thank you all.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Daisy and Amli here. Amit Joshi from MNIT Jaipur.
Yes. Hello,
So
Amit.
thank you for accepting our invitation, and thank you for actually teaching how to prepare a PPT, because that is one of the integral part of the teacher's lecture. Okay, because that visual representation speaks a lot. So probably that would definitely help our faculty to convey more meaningfully the content to the students. So thank you, ma'am, for covering this. Bharat sir, if you would like to add something.
No, thank you, Daisy ma'am, and thank you, Ambli, as well as the thank you, Sameer sir, for accepting our invitation and be with us here on this FDP, and really that you have given a meaningful way of expression, because when you show the slides, because if the slides are not proper, then that what we have seen, the students are not taking also even I would say the audience are not taking interest in that way. So in that, if we make our slides in a better way, and the suggestions what you have given, probably the concentration of the audience will be more, we will get it more. So I hope that all the faculty participants over here, they will utilize the points which you have stressed upon here. So I hope it is really very useful, and thank you so much for the talk. Thank you so much.
Okay, we are getting a number of questions regarding how slides will be provided. I've already shared the link.
In that, I will just request Daisy ma'am,
Yes.
can you share the slides to me and Amit sir so that we can put it on our LMS so that everybody will get it from there?
Yes, sir. Of course, we'll do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. Participants, please be there. We have a small announcement to you. Participants, please be there. We have a few announcement to you. Yes, Bharat sir.
Okay. The very first announcement is that tomorrow is there is no class, and that is 15th August. And happy Independence Day to all of you in advance. And we have a huge class on Sunday, that is on 16th August. The class will start from 10 a.m. and we have a 6-hour session on that day, like 2 hours. Then we have a break of 2 hours, and then it will the usual time from 2 to 6 o'clock. And there are 3 useful lectures on that day, and in which one is the how to communicate with the students. There is one thing, and second thing is that virtual lab part, and the third one is again with if I'm not wrong, again with the this active learning group.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
this
Blended,
workshop.
blended
Yes, and that is the design visually effective presentation. The same. Sorry, the
blended learning.
yeah, correct. So
Blended.
this is the pardon, Amit ji?
Sir, blended
Design learning centric
is the topic.
e-content.
Yes, blended.
Yeah. Blended learning. So sorry for this. I just missed that thing. So these are the 2 basic announcement that is we have to do. One more thing, that today we are sending you the quiz schedule on your email IDs. Otherwise, we will sending it to the academic level coordinator, and they will from the academic level coordinators the things will be given to you. So I think from my side is done. Amit, do you have anything to add up?
No. Okay. So all of you, good luck and hope you will enjoy your holiday as well as the Independence Day. Thank you all. So see you on Sunday. And as sir suggested that Sunday, the lecture will start 10 o'clock. So please join us at 9:30 a.m. Okay. Thank you all of you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.